Okay. I had to think of what I wanted my first discussion video to be about, and I'm gonna decide what the most recent thing that I have been looking up. Be careful. Be careful. And that is about us as black people, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Caribbeans. All of us melanated beings. What is one description? No matter how far back you go, even to a Christopher Columbus, even what's the Viking? Irvin, something like that. I can't remember his name. All the way to the Viking that traveled to the Americas. What is the one thing that they described about the people in the Americas, and in Africa? Boisterous, loud, joyous, like emotion. Like, we are a proud people. We are a loud people. We are a flossy people. If you do not believe me, just take a step back and look at Egypt. Literally, we walked buildings of gold, silver. We dazzled our bodies with gold, silver, emeralds, jewels. These are things that we do now. But we as a people look down on ourselves and each other for being this way. People talk about the black female. Oh, she's too loud. She's too ghetto. She's too this, she's too that. First of all, the word ghetto was created to describe us. Just start there. So that whole word in itself was used to describe the women, us black women, as we're ghetto. We're from the ghetto and we are ghetto. No. That's not it. Can you really have a queen who's subtle? Can you really have a king who wants a queen to just sit there? Move, get away from that. Junior, get away from that. How many kings want a queen that's just quiet and just sits back and looks pretty and doesn't take care, who doesn't have an initiative to take care of the kingdom herself? How can we have had queens like Cleopatra? How have we had queens like the original Queen of England? How can we've had all these powerful queens in Africa, but yet this personality that is generally in the black female, this loud, boisterous, I'm not finna take no junk, flamboyant extraness. Like, how can you expect for her, be careful, how can you expect for her to do that? Like, I don't understand how a good queen could just be sitting on a throne. I don't understand how a good queen, when it's time to go to war, all she does is, I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna send all these other kids, I'm gonna send everybody else's children out. No, our queens, the melanated queens from Africa, from the coast of America, from the Caribbean, to all these tropical climates. Because some people think that America's isn't a tropical climate. Boo-boo, yes it is. If you look at the heat index of the world, that equator, that tropical climate, it goes through the United States as well. So the Americas, parts of Americas, are considered tropical areas. And what are bred in tropical areas? Melanated beings. So that's here nor there. So how can we have had these beautiful, strong, powerful no nonsense, no bullshit taking queens, and then the attributes that we have of a queen is downplayed. And I'm not going to use the term Euro to like that, like people want to be Euro black, because my studies, and that's another video that I'll get into at a later date. Today Europeans are not yesterday's Europeans. I put it like that. Today's Queen of England is not yesterday's Queen of England. I put it like that. Come on, Papa. Be careful. Yes, Lele.
I got a piece in my eye.
You got a piece in your eye? Let me see. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. My babies.
I don't have a piece in my eye.
You don't have a piece in your eye.
It's a piece in it's
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, so how do you expect? I just don't. I don't get that. So back to what I was originally saying towards the beginning. Anything that's always been said about us is something that it's us. We are our ancestors. We are the Aboriginals. We are the original Africans. Like we are them. Like today, now, how we are, how we act. That's how they acted. The only difference is there's something that happened to us between then and now, another video, that made us lose who we were. Instead of us looking to our elders, instead of us looking to nature, the natural, instead of us doing that, we were taught and learned to anytime we had a problem to look to this specific. We were taught to look. It even the different branches off of this specific still speak of the specific story of what you need to do. So that story, that teaching, that drilling that we received for oh so many hundreds of years, it didn't erase it. It didn't erase who we were. Yeah, Binky. Ooh, that's what's wrong. It didn't erase who we were. You wanna see? You wanna see? It didn't erase who we were. It just made us lose the knowledge of who we were. We are who we were. Everything about us, the flossiness, the dancing, the extra, the aggression, all this. Like, to me, everything about us is what we were. Do you think if we weren't a stubborn people, a hard people, a proud people, that it would have took 400 years of beating, rape, kidnap, inbreeding, torture, starvation, who knows literally what else was done, you know, to doctor and teach us what was wanted to be taught to us, and for us to lose our original? You get what I'm saying? Excuse you.
Well,
If we weren't so strong, so boisterous, so proud, it would have took a whole lot sooner to break our spirits. Even after they done broke our spirits, we still fought and was like, no, yo, this is not. I'm better than this. I'm better than what you're telling me, because we are. I'm not trying to play the inferiority superiority role. No, it's not that. It's a natural. It's a natural and an unnatural. And when you learn what's natural, what's of this earth, was of this universe, was of us, it doesn't become a superiority or inferiority. It's just what it is. And we need as a people to, not look to an outside source to help us, but to know who we are. We are the Egyptians. We are the Aborigines. We are them. When Christopher Columbus came to Central America, he wrote, the people were beautiful, of mocha skin. They walked around as the day they were born, which means naked. They may have wore like cloths every now and again, depending on the season. For the most part, we were a natural naked people. The same thing in Africa, and to this day in certain African tribes, that naturality is still practiced. Children, women, and men, like, they walk around with little to nothing on, and it's not looked as wrong, perverted, or anything like that. And I'm not saying today, now, and how America is, that we need to be walking around naked, because that ain't what I'm saying. It's too much that has happened for it to be safe to do that now. Sad to say, in America, it's not safe. Everybody does not have that same views, whereas I may think it's natural for my family to walk around this way. We can even be outside on our property like that. I will have to worry. Stop. I will have to worry of some form of perversion being brought over here, as in I have to be sure nobody's watching us or my children. I will have to make sure, nobody would try to come over. It's a lot that will go along with it. I wish it could be a more natural form, but it's not, and I understand. But like I said, we were and are, like, how we celebrate. What celebration of black people have you ever been to where there's no music, there's no dancing? It may be different types of dancing. Some people can dance better than others, but for the most part, like, it's always dancing. There's always music. There's always food. There's always, to a certain extent, to a certain amount of alcohol, wine. That's what it is. And I think instead of us fighting and trying to fit somebody's view of us because they want it to be changed, I don't think that's fair to every generation after us. Now I've realized that now a lot of people are waking up, aware of who we are, where we're from, the lies that we were taught. Especially a lot of people around my age. Like I said, I'm 27. So, as people like early mid 20s and early mid 30s, and a lot of us are, like I said, are waking up, are aware of the truth and what's going on and what we were taught. To me, now that we have this truth, we need to be moving forward in making us, like, fuck that, make America great again. We need to be making us great again as a people, because until we can figure out and get back fully of knowledge of self, and that's a big thing, knowledge of self. So a lot of people are like, I have knowledge of self. To a certain extent, you do. Even me, to a certain extent, I have a knowledge of myself, and that's because I don't know who my ancestors really are. So you can't really have an understanding of self if you don't know where you come from. So you have a false sense of self-awareness is what you have. And I mean, that's understandable because of the times that we live in. What we were, like I said, to a certain extent, is who we are, just lost. and we need to we need to find ourselves. We owe it to these little ones right here, who's gonna grow up and they're gonna learn the same lies in school that we were taught, and actually different lies, because I didn't read some of the history books of, you know, that they did since 2016, and literally they take out the talking about the colonization and what happened to the Indians and stuff. Like, it literally says that, like, I grew up in Detroit. I'm from Michigan. So now shout out to all my Michigan people. So I know each region schools is different and how fast, you know, things are taught. We were taught that, you know, yeah, they said something about a treaty, but it said, we were taught about the war that was between the small war, not that big 7-year war. We were taught about the little war, the Thanksgiving stuff, about how, you know, Thanksgiving was a time where the Native Americans and the Europeans sat down. To a certain extent, that is true. To a certain extent. But it doesn't teach the kids anymore of the smallpox blankets. It doesn't teach them of that epidemic. It doesn't teach them about the tainted water that they sent to the Native Americans that they tried to trade with them. It doesn't tell you about full villages that were destroyed. Like, some villages, like, they literally killed a whole villages. Like, it burned that motherfucker to the ground. And really? And so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at the kids. They running around and chasing my damn dog. But I know this is basically a rant video. But like I said, we need to get back to who we were. I feel we do. We are of Africa because that is the only continent that is actually stationed at a certain point to the earth, to the whole of the earth. Life comes from there. I have my theories. Ouch. I have my theories on what happens afterwards. Like I said, those are more videos to come. But this video was basically a touch into my mindset. I did an introduction video, and then this is almost, like I said, like not a rant video, but like a rant video, because I really feel passionate when it comes to knowledge of my people. And I feel that way is because I don't know who we were and why who we were intimidated people so much. Why we are looked at the way we looked at. And you hear a lot of people say, you know, especially black people, like, I don't like niggas, I don't like you know, this nigga shit, blah blah blah. Nigga shit is our shit. That's to a certain extent, that's how it is. You can't change who you are. We are, like I said, we are who we are. We are who we were. We are just lost. We don't know to the full extent of who we were. We have stories of our ancestors that we were taught all our lives were fables, were, you know, lies were stories. And when you look at Egypt, the people who they worshipped, and even when you go through Egypt history, it tells you the ancient history. Like it goes there. Like it goes in the ancients, and it tells you these mythology. I can't pronounce this word right now. I really can't. Mythological. Boom. That's how you say it. Mythological creatures. And yeah, the way they look, maybe mythological, but the properties that they represent, the stories and the knowledge that they represent, you have to look more than just the image. Look at the animals that are depicted. Look at, you have to look at those type of things. Like I said, we're just loud. We're boisterous. As women, we're loud, and black women, there's no nonsense. Like, people say that we need to tone it down, but literally in the last decade, if not longer, how many other races have, our music, hip hop? They have Korean hip hop where they're, people from Asia, Korea, Vietnam, like people, they're doing hip hop. We lost rock and roll. They took that. We lost it. We did, It was a very popular, genre for black people back years and years ago. But once certain people started to come through, it became unpopular for us. Because at the time, if another race was doing it, it's no longer, we no longer need to be doing it. It's the same way with pop music. Pop music wasn't all bubblegum white folks. It wasn't. The way we look, like they have so many products to make their lips full. There's so many products. Now, not every person of other races, are going to the what's called the urban height. And some of them are actually really comfortable in their skin. And to those that are and those that aren't, and to me, it's I take it as a compliment, because we're that people. We're the shit. And ooh, my hair, you got me so wet. I study what I study for my babies. I want to pass down the knowledge to my babies. I started doing these videos to pass on the knowledge to other people's babies. I've had a lot of people tell me I need to do videos. So, there they go. Don't worry. Other videos will be more detailed and uniform, and they won't jump so much from subject to subject. I kind of did this one as on a film because I wanted to start. I just wanted to. Ooh, where you going? Be careful, Juice. I just wanted to start. Get up. I just wanted to start doing videos. I said, cause it's a lot that. I said, there's a lot of videos out there already depicting the truth about us, and stuff like that. But I'm making the videos because I'm in transitioning. Me and my family, we are not necessarily religious, so we don't practice. I'm born Baptist, but I don't practice it. And we have, we're not those that are, how some people are like, because they eat a certain way, do certain things certain ways, it's almost that superiority complex, and I don't necessarily like watching videos like that. So these are videos that's like laid back. I may, as you've seen, I may stumble over some words. I'm damn smart, but I'm not no holier than thou type of person. I fuck up. I get tongue with certain words that I'm saying. I can't think of certain words. I can't think of certain details. I just can't. And to me, that's normal human behavior. And I'm not going to be one of those that's like, my videos are always going to be perfect. They're not. But you can't, the information that I'm gonna relay, you can trust and also go research. And if it's something that I haven't researched, but it's something that I just feel, I'll say that. I won't be like, I've seen, no. I mean, to me, my opinion, I feel this. And we just see, hopefully, a nice little family blooms from this. I get a nice little following, so I can have some decent people to conversate with, because I love, they go to watch. I love to conversate about these things. And like I said, if anybody who sees this video, or who comes to my page and you want to have me talk about a certain thing, if I know some stuff about it, I will do a video. Get over here. If I know some things about it, I definitely will do a video. If I don't necessarily know, I will look up some things on the subject, or I will get somebody who I do know something about the subject, and I'll do almost like an interview video with them. Like I said, these are real people. I'm real. My babies are real. I'm not doing sketches. It's just real life videos. Tell her. Say we just real life videos. And we not perfect. But we hope y'all want to stay and watch some more of these videos with us. And stay a part of our little lives. So, till next time. Say bye-bye. Taking a poop. Bye.